Long Island medium coming to Honeywell. What's going to happen when Theresa Caputo takes to the Ford Theater stage this week? No one, not even Caputo, knows for sure. Caputo, who rose to fame in the television show Long Island Medium, will be at the Honeywell Center on Thursday and Friday, November 21 and 22. "I never know what is going to happen when I hit that stage every single night," she told the paper in a recent telephone interview. "I can guarantee you that the souls that speak are the souls that can deliver as many messages at one time. This is why it's the experience. I come out on the stage, make a quick little speech about how I connect with the souls of the departed. Once I start sensing and feeling things, I allow spirit to guide me around the space. I will randomly stop in front of someone and start saying things to them that mean nothing to me but are life-changing to them. And the audience's reaction during the show is something else that no one knows for sure. People react in many different ways," Caputo said. "Some people say, 'I didn't come here to get a reading. I just came here for support for my wife.' The reactions are always a surprise. I think every single person who walks into that theater hopes to hear from a departed loved one. When that moment happens, it's paralyzing in effect because you can't believe it. Then, to top it off, the things that your loved ones say to you, you'd never expect them to say in a million years. More importantly, they're things I would not know about." Some may feel that some of Caputo's statements are too general and can apply to many. "You're 100% correct, but that's not my fault or spirit's fault that there are common burdens and guilts that we might carry connected to someone's passing," she said. "So I always have spirit bring up and validate message with things completely unique to that person. Maybe conversations they might have had. Bringing up things in the past during happier times. Things that happened since they've died. They don't want us to remember them the way they died. They want us to remember them when they were healthy and they weren't sick, or maybe that they even passed tragically. They wanted us to remember them as they were before they died." When Caputo was 4, she began sensing spirits. It wasn't until she was in her 20s that she realized that she could communicate with them. "I remember seeing things," she said. "I suppressed it for many years because I couldn't understand it. It wasn't until later in my 20s that I discovered I not only had the ability to connect with my departed loved ones, and just so you know, that is something I believe we all could do. I want people to leave my shows or watching my television shows knowing they still have that bond with their loved ones. Anything they sense, feel or experience that reminds them of their loved one, that is their loved one's soul getting their attention and reminding them that they are with them at that exact moment." It wasn't until after the September 11 terrorist attacks that she decided to work as a medium, and that, in turn, led to her television show. "Around 2008, I did a reading for a friend who had lost her dad," Caputo said. "She came to me for a reading because she didn't know how to live without her father. She was involved with television and she asked if I'd like to do a television show. I was like, okay. I thought I was going to do a couple of episodes and move on with my life. Here I am, 15 years later." There are those who don't believe in Caputo's ability, and that is something she totally understands. "I get it. I understand it," she said. "I'm the first one to say what I do is crazy." She has had her brain tested while doing a reading, and it showed that during a reading she is able to access a part of her brain that we typically don't. It also showed that her brain showed no activity while she is channeling. "Don't ask me how," she said. "I don't know how I do this. There's no explanation for it. But I love when people say, 'Oh, she does this and she does that.' I'm so glad you know how I do this because I have no clue how this happens."